Hello, it's Sonia G. This is the MoonBabes Monday Night Live. I'm going to pin a comment as you guys come on, and I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. We are going to chat about the energy and all the things that are happening. Let's see if I can pin this. But I have to tell you, as I was getting on, I love you guys so much because I get text messages and I get messages saying, hey, when are you going on? When is this happening? So I love you guys. Thank you for the support and for being there. So what's happening right now, outside of my crazy hair, is that I literally had to lay down today to integrate some of the energy that is coming in. There is a lot. Are you guys feeling it? You guys feeling this like energy? It's been a lot. And so this is that time where the light body comes first, right? So we have to do the things. We have to do the things. And so I actually really want to talk to you guys about that, because the downloads that are coming in and the integration of light is intense. And so it's a time where when you feel, it will feel like your body needs like a nap out of nowhere. It will feel like your body all of a sudden starts to pulsate. It feels like this. So you have to really pay attention to your body. It feels like this, okay? And it's like you're getting a wave and you kind of just feel like this, and you may feel woozy. Maybe you get sharp pains in your brain. Maybe you get like some kind of feeling inside, like with your skin, or just in your heart, you start to get palpitations. Everybody kind of feels it a little bit different. Maybe you hear like a ringing in your ear, and then you just know you get super tired, and then you know that you just have to lay down. You have to lay down and you have to integrate it. And if you don't do it, you can still do all of the other things. Like you can still do all the other things, but what happens is it's like you're running a program, like you're running a computer update. Not a computer update, but more like when you're downloading software. You know how your computer runs slower and it takes forever because you're trying to do this and then this thing is downloading. It's the same thing. We're like the same thing. And so if you stop and you take the time to download and integrate what's coming in, then afterwards you're going to feel a lot better. Sometimes it only takes like, 10, 15 minutes, maybe a half hour. It depends on where you are at in the process of integrating the light that's coming in. But the bottom line is there's a lot of light, you guys. There is a lot of light that is coming in. It's crazy. And today, we also have Saturn that went retrograde. So happy Saturn retrograde, you guys. We're going to call it happy because we're going to make it happy because it's a big deal. Saturn is the great teacher. So this is the beginning, okay? And these downloads have not really been stopping. It's been a lot, but this is the beginning of a whole lesson, of a whole reevaluation of lessons, I'm going to say. So Saturn, huge planet, okay? Big influence on all of us. It doesn't matter, if it's in your sign or not, but obviously if you're Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, you're going to feel this more, right? So it depends on where it's in your chart. But for everyone across the board, Saturn is the great teacher. So be willing to see things that Saturn is coming to teach you. This is the best piece of advice, okay? No judgments, okay? And be willing to learn and move through it. This is the biggest things that are coming up, because if we don't learn lessons right now, as Saturn is coming in, going retrograde, whenever planets are retrograde, it's always an internal journey. So this is a reevaluation. And at the same time, we have Pluto retrograde in Saturn. Pluto just went retrograde in Saturn, and Pluto is the planet of transformation. So you have a great teacher that is going retrograde in Capricorn, which is the sign of our personalities, our drive, our career, everything that is the things that we show to the world and the things that we do, right? And it's like our hard work ethics and all of that. At the same time, we also have this transformational planet that's like, hey, I'm giving you juice. They're both retrograde in Capricorn. So magic can really happen here if you are willing to see beyond the 3D world. And it's just a game. It's kind of like, take it like being in a video game. Like, can you see what's coming? I know I say that a lot lately, but it's like a good reference, because it's like, can you become the observer of your life? And can you see how things are coming to be like shown to you for you to move on? It's like, okay, I see why this is coming. I get to move through it. I get to clear it. I get to move through it. Clear the judgments, move forward. Clear the judgments, move forward. And it's a lot of work, but this is the work of Ascension, because then the more you clear the density, the more light you become. So, super calm, not often meditate. Well, good. That's wonderful. For some people, and for some, you feel it in different ways. So it's just a matter of, where you're at and how you integrate things. So if that is, if you're exactly where you want to be, then that's your balance. That's your spot. That's a good spot. I think for a lot of people that are more like, I want to say like A-types, or people that like to be more in control, like the forward movement kind of personalities that are more Vatas. If you guys know what your Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These are your 3 doshas, okay? If you don't know your dosha, go over to the Chopra Center. Go to Deepak Chopra, and I think it's at chopracenter.com, but if you Google it, you'll find it. And then you can find your body type, okay? And it tells you if you're like a fire element, if you're a water element, if you're an earth element, depending on that. And that's really good to do with food. So this is a side note, but it's just your reactions and your emotions and the way that you have a tendency to work with life, with kind of your body tendencies. And so if you're more like of a, outward kind of like, I'm going to get things, I need to get things done, blah, 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 like A-type, red personality, then definitely this is challenging, because it's, or if you're like more of like a yellow personality type, that you're a people pleaser, because everything is going to start to get really confusing because you don't really know what you're looking at. That's the energy that we're coming into. Everyone is going into review. Okay. So we're all going to be into review, whether or not you actually own your stuff, move through it, or not detox and get stuck in it because you're trying to please everyone, because you're trying to make everyone happy, because you're not taking the time that you need for you, then that's going to make a different experience for you. So I hope that makes sense. So you guys have been feeling this. Yes. Okay. So if you have questions, you can type them up. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up, but the thing that's going to be, so let's just keep it for everyone, because otherwise we kind of get really specific, but, it just notice how you shift. Okay. This is the time to really like hang out with yourself, get to know yourself. What do you like? What do you not like? What are your reaction times? What are you good at? Instead of reacting, of disengaging and then acting, because that's really what we want to do, right? I say the way that you react is like your own mechanism, that then you want to disengage, learn how to breathe, and then act. So what are your timing like? What are the things you like to do? Where do you stand? Where is your truth? Super important. A lot of things are about to be really cloudy in May. So remember that May is going to be a month where things kind of get a little bit cloudy, because a lot of people are reviewing, a lot of people are learning lessons, and a lot of people are going to be like, holy shit, I can't believe that my belief system is shifted. Okay. This is going to happen a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people that are not willing to kind of walk that step and to make that leap, saying, okay, this works for some people, this doesn't work for me. Or, oh my gosh, I did that. I forgive myself. I move forward, detoxing, surrendering, letting go. If you're not going to do that, then this is the time. May is going to be like a big, dark night of the soul for quite a few people, because it just depends. And it depends on the level at which you look at it, because certain circumstances, certain situations you can look at as a learning experience, or you can look at it as your dark night of the soul. It just really depends on the tools and how you're moving through it. And you know, you guys, I hear all the time, you know, you hear from me all the time telling you that you have to meditate, like you put clothes on, right, in order to function, just like you need food and you need water and you need to put clothes on in the morning. You have to meditate, and because that's going to keep your mental sanity. And like, this is like that game on time where like we're all going to need it. It's kind of like, it's, you know, as those times are coming up. And then May, we get to review. So it's kind of looking at this whole bigger picture of the energy as I was planning the retreat today with Jess. And we have a solstice retreat that's coming up for the solstice, which had to be on the solstice because, you guys, the June solstice, summer solstice, it's insane transformational energy. That's like that, like, you know, big leap, big portal, big jump, big anchoring into new earth kind of energy that's coming in for the solstice. So allow the energy of May to take you for this reevaluation, this detoxing, clear things out. Do whatever it is that you got to do to move through it. Learn how to meditate. Keep your sanity, because things are going to shift. Our world is shifting. So like, remember that starting this new moon, which is May 4th, this is like, shit's going to hit the fan. I don't know. I keep saying it in this expression, and I don't know how to render this concept to you guys any better. But we are at that like game on moment. This is like, you know, it's almost like we've been training for a marathon. The marathon starts, okay? May 4th, new moon. This is our starting game. And this is where we get to go in. And it's really only a marathon. You have to look at it like it's a marathon, or that you're like in the pros, right? You're in the real leagues now, but it's with yourself, for your own personal ascension, for your own upliftment. This is your soul's divine plan. Okay, you're syncing up with your divine soul's original ascension blueprint. Whatever is in between the two of you syncing is going to have to go. That's all of the 3D belief systems, judgments. Sometimes it can be food, friends, people, jobs. Shit's got to go. Okay, like it's going to come up because it's got to go. So May is like you're sinking. And what happens, it's kind of like, imagine you're over here in your physical body because you've had all these 3D experiences, and this is amazing. I mean, we have an amazing earth to experience, right? In physical life. Like, it's a pretty cool planet. Mother Nature is unbelievable. We get to experience amazing things, right? So we're here. And of course, the experience is different for everybody. So take this in a very like collective consciousness, but like, you know, we're all here with a plan. We all chose in, we're experiencing this life. And we're here, this is us, okay, in our cute little bodies that are marvelous and just like magical in their own ways. And then here's our divine soul blueprint, okay? Some of us are like over here. Some of us are really close. Some of us are like more integrated with them. But this is the thing that happens, is that the more you come, it's almost like being a magnet. You know when you put like opposites, not magnets that just go like, but like magnets that are at the opposite, like when you flip them, or like, what is it, when they're both like the same, and they kind of do this like repelling thing, right? I mean, it kind of renders the idea, but the more you get closer, okay, the closer you get, rephrase, the more you're going to feel pressure. And that pressure is going to make it so that you release things. You have to detox it. You have to let it go, surrender it, allow it to transmute. You have to do the alchemy. You're now the alchemist of your own life. Okay, so in order to get closer and closer and closer for this soul integration to happen, which it kind of happens this way, but this was a better way of showing you guys. So for the light body, right, to come in, you have to make room for it. And, you know, so as you get closer and closer and closer, shit's going to come up and you're going to have to process through it. So I always say this, let the tears flow, yawn it, write it out, cry it out, shake it out. People have different responses. Go run. One of these spiritual retreats that I went on a really long time, there was a process that was extremely therapeutical, and I almost feel like maybe I should do something like this, where you get like your old dishes, okay? It has to be very breakable stuff. And you just go and break it. And it's amazing. And it feels really amazing to just get stuff out. And this is a process for people that have things that have to do with like anger or resentments, because anger is unexpressed resentments, and like things that you have to get out in a more like physical, like they just have to come out. It's like the trauma that comes out when you're really, really upset. So that kind of stuff. And sometimes it's just tears. So listen to your body and the way that it comes out. One of the ways that sometimes it comes out for me is while I do cardio. So I'll be like, just getting my exercise on, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh my gosh, and it just has to like come out. And so it's one of those. Or if you have a hard time, just getting things out, find a way, whether it's a meditation that walks you through the things that you have to let go of, or maybe it's a song, maybe it's some classical music that really takes you inwards into those places where you hold things. Because the bottom line is we're still on planet Earth, and if we're on planet Earth, we are still hanging on to stuff. Okay, so no matter how much we feel like we've processed, we really haven't. So, okay, I'm looking at... Yeah, shit's gotta go. That's right. Claritha, that's funny. Yes, Deanna says, ready to embody my higher self. She's the queen. You are the queen, sister. All of us are going through this. Yes, you guys are feeling this. It's about time. We are ready. Yes. And we're getting our meditation on. By the way, you guys, I took a poll that I haven't shared with you guys in terms of the results of that poll about whether or not you guys are doing the meditation that I posted, that it's 6 minutes long, it's on YouTube, and it changes your day. Do you know what happened? 50% of you, it was like 55 or something like that, forget. Hit the button that says, I forget. Now, granted, a couple of people ended up messaging me after saying, hey, I voted wrong, so I don't know. But it's like, I'm going to say it's somewhere like, close to more so the people that are not doing any kind of meditation, that you keep forgetting. And it's so important, you guys. I can't even explain it to you. Like, you have to just do it. Commit to doing it for like a week and you'll see the shift. I know everybody that does feels it. So Ashley says, the card I pulled an hour ago was about alignment and releasing all things not in alignment. There you go. It's exactly what's going on right now. It's totally happening. So, yes, crying every day. Yeah, and sometimes it's just, hi guys, I see you joining. Sometimes it's just the way that it needs to come out. So you have to like feel the feelings. Feel all the feels. It's like the shirt says, you just got to go through it, because it's the way through it. It's the way through it. We have to feel it. Hi, Carrie, guys, do the meditation. It's so great. Yes, Carrie and I, for all of you in MoonBabe Society, I want you to know that Carrie is the one that rallied for you guys to have an extended period for our meditation challenge. Because those of you in MoonBabe Society, there's a giveaway. You get entered in a giveaway when you're doing the meditation every day. So it's pretty amazing, the cool things that we do in MoonBabe Society. So, oh my gosh, the meditation has saved me this month. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so happy to hear. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's breath of 5 minutes. You do 5 minutes of breath of fire in the morning. Amazing. Yeah, the meditation that we have has I think it's 1.5 minutes of breath of fire, and then it's a protection mantra. This is a great way to start your day, okay? And it's one of the Kundalini protection mantras, and what it does is it literally, as you say it, okay, we say it 3 times, and it literally starts to create it's like a circle of light around you. It's like etched. Like, if you could see it with my eyes, I always wish I could just show you guys. one day we're all going to be like telepathically connected. But it like, I mean, we really are. We just aren't plugged into that yet, but we're there. So you would see it's like a circle of light that just comes up, and it like wraps you and it surrounds you in light and it protects you. And it's a mantra. Mantras are high vibrational sound currents. They carry a frequency that when you use a mantra in Sanskrit specifically, like with the ancient languages that carry so much vibration in the words, then you're automatically like calling this vibration, and it protects you. And you are like, you're able to move through circumstances a lot easier. That's really what protection is, right? In terms of like, whether it's protection from yourself or protection from others or circumstances, situations, and things, but you're able to move through things more smoothly because you're in your own happy aura. We can call it that, right? Like happy energy. So it's a great one. It's free. It's on my YouTube. Go and click on I put my website. It's www.moonbabetribe.com, and then go click on the YouTube link, or you can get to it all from my link in my bio. Okay. So you guys, and I provide this stuff. Sometimes I think that, I provide so much stuff for free. There's also like a free course on my website, you guys, on how to manage your energy. It's called Energy Hacking 101. Okay. And I provide all this stuff for free. And then I know that so many people, if you're not actually doing an energy exchange and if you're not paying something for it, then I don't know if you actually do it. But, I provide the resources. So for those of you that are actually ready to get your meditation on, I'm going to invite you, formal invite right now, join MoonBabe Society. It's an amazing month ahead. In MoonBabe Society, we meditate every month on the new moon, on the full moon, and then we have a group coaching call where we talk about all the things that are happening. And what we do on the new moon and the full moon, we integrate the energies. We really work with our mental, spiritual, soul, physical, all of it. And we do it twice a month, okay? And then you also get an astrology calendar that tells you the days of the things that are happening. So everyone in MoonBabe Society had a calendar this month that has like a big thing on today that says, hey, there's Saturn, and it's written in English. It's not just written in astrological symbols. It says Saturn is going retrograde. This is what you want to look for. And there's keywords for the day so that you kind of know. So when you're looking at it in advance, you know how to plan your month. You're like, okay, I'm probably not going to have a meeting on this day if you know that Saturn is going retrograde, if you know that Pluto is going retrograde, or if you know that there's a particular, planet is shifting, you may plan it for the next day. So if you know the energy that's coming, it's really, really helpful. So these are all the amazing things that you get in MoonBabe Society. I'm probably going to send you guys an email about it tomorrow because I feel really strongly that I want to hold my arms out for more of you to join, because again, this energy of May is going to shift a lot of people. And the new moon meditation, it's a new moon in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, and there's just a lot of stepping into that goddess, stepping into that divine feminine. And divine feminine is not just for women. Divine feminine is for men and women, okay? But it's this feminine transformative goddess energy that is allowing us to be more magical. That's really the divine feminine energy. It's very open, it's flowy, it's the energy that connects heaven and earth, okay? So we are integrating that energy with the new moon. We're going to do an actual energy, light energy integration, because it's really starting to affect our body, and our cells inside of our physical bodies are transforming. So if you guys pay attention, if you get to know yourself and your body and how you feel, it's literally like the body is transforming from the inside out. You can see it on your skin. You can see your muscles, the shapes of your body. It shifts. It changes from the inside out. And you can feel it. On the inside of my body, it feels like my cells are bubbly. It's like somebody just popped a can of something, and it's fizz all inside, right? Because it's just things are happening. And so you're going to want to pay attention to that. It's not something that you need any kind of medication for. It's something that you need to integrate your own light energy. And so this is the stuff that we get to learn how to do, you guys. It's exciting. And so we're going to do some energy integrating. We're going to move around the energy that needs to be moved around. We're going to let go, and then we're going to bring in the new intention with the new energy, and we're going to integrate it. In this meditation in MoonBabe Society, you're not going to find it listed yet because I have been doing a lot of my own integrating lately, but it will be on the 3rd, okay? So, and in our Facebook group, MoonBabe Society Facebook group, it is listed. So we do know this in the group, but it's not listed on the website yet. Okay. Let's see. Claritha says, I need to stop wearing white because I can't read what you guys write when I wear white. It's so funny. I have to go like, no, maybe I'll put my arm on it. Okay, a Reiki session today because I'm reading the comments with, oh man, an older male, and so lots of divine feminine energy around him. Yeah, so it's coming in and it's softening that, like, it's softening the, like that deep, what do I want to call it? That masculine energy that's holding the divine masculine stuck. Right? So the goddess energy is coming in and it's just opening that up and it's allowing the divine masculine to flourish. So everyone is integrating it, no matter what. And so we're all just, taking it to that next level. So this is what we're doing. Hey guys, I see you all joining. Interrupting, what was the mantra? So the mantra is a Kundalini mantra, and so you can go over to my YouTube. It's the Adgurename mantra. It's a protection mantra. So follow my links and go over to the YouTube channel, and then I have it spelled out for you guys so you can actually take a screenshot of it and you can say it 3 times, or you can follow along with the meditation. It's only 6 minutes. I know you have 6 minutes to do this. It will change your day, okay? And then, of course, I invite you guys to join MoonBabe Society because there's good stuff coming in May. So just know the energy won't stop. What we need to learn how to do is to continuously level up. And then when you're shifting along with the energy, you see things from a different perspective and you're like, okay, this makes sense. I get to move through this and this makes sense. And then I clear this and then I move on. And then I clear this and then I move to higher ground. And then I clear this. This is the game of Ascension. If Ascension was a game, it would be called the clearing game. The more you clear, the more light you are, the more integrated with your divine soul's original blueprint you are. It's just everything flows so much easier, so much easier. So hi, Vanessa. Hi, you guys. My eyes, let's see, Yorick. My eyes have been burning like extremely tired. I just want to keep my eyes closed. Is that happening to others too? If it's happening to any of you guys, make a note. I know that is a phase. So in fact, you bring a good point. Everyone goes through and experiences ascension symptoms according to where they're at. One of the phases of ascension is that your eyes get really dry and that you do have to just go inward. And this is also your body. Like if you need to integrate the energies and you're not taking like the time out, your body will do what is necessary for you to stop. And so if closing your eyes means that you stop doing things and you actually allow your body to integrate the energy, that's what will happen, right? Or, for some people, you may get dizzy. For some people, you'll get itchy skin. So skin stuff, headache stuff, big like crown chakra headaches, third eye headaches. Like these are all things that happen throughout these ascension times. And it just depends on what you've gone through and what you've cleared. So everything happens on your own specific time. We all get to experience, it's like time, everything, reality is our own perception. So we all get to go through it in the way that it works for us. And so that's why sometimes when I talk about these energy waves that are coming in, Some people experience them a couple of days before. Some people experiences a few days after. Some people experiences way after. It just really depends, and it goes to show you, to show us how flexible our reality is and how time is, because we all feel it according to when we need to feel it. Everything is like in the flow. We are all in the flow. Hot flashes. Yes, Betsy, thank you for bringing that up. That is our body turning, our cells are turning into, our crystals are activating. So when I was saying earlier that literally the cells inside of our body are shifting, we have crystals inside, right? You know how like if you go and look at like this, if you study, what the membranes of like the eyes and the brain and things, like if you go and actually get into the science of it, it's crystalline structures. It's crystals. Like it's the crystals that make up our TV screens. We just kind of don't really put two and two together a lot of times, but there's a lot of crystal structures inside of our body and they're activating. And the hot is the refining fire that activates the crystals. So this is, by the way, also, let's go here. This is also one of these things about women's menopause, okay? The hot flashes that women get, that it's like, oh my gosh, oh, you're in that phase. That is a very transformational time in a woman's life where you actually activate inner knowledge and inner crystals, which is why there's that saying that, women age like fine wine because you get wiser and you know more. And yes, this is also a natural course of life. But what happens when you have those hot flashes is you have ancient knowledge that activates inside of you, because within our human body experience, it's almost like a time lock mechanism where our body, our mind, our soul, our sync up, right, higher self, decides, okay, this person has lived enough life to be able to assimilate now these things and to be able to handle this frequency. So when you get the hot flashes, whether or not it's menopause, because this is unrelated, but it was just a side note. So whenever you go through like Ascension symptoms and you get the hot flashes, that's crystalline structures coming in. Whenever you feel like you are having like really cold times, then you are integrating plasma light. So the plasma light is really cold. When you're like dealing with the higher frequencies, you'll get really cold. So, and there's all sorts of like things that are coming in. Also, one of the things I see all of you, like I see lots of different questions coming in. One of the things that's happening is you'll feel more sensitive, like on the inside and like on your skin, like the palms of your hands, the bottom of your feet. You're activating. This is where your chakras, your sensors are. And there's a lot of different chakras coming online within the body, in addition to outside the body. So if you're starting to have experiences that like take you out, follow your own energy. Okay, I teach courses on this stuff, but suffice it to say that we have chakras that extend outside of the 7 chakras, the 7 energy centers that are inside of our body. We have chakras that extend all the way up and all the way down. We actually have 13, and there's more right now that are being activated inside the body. So it's a really exciting time. If you have experiences that take you inward, if you have experiences that take you outward, stay in your own energy. I call this stay in your own chakra lane, okay? Don't go space out over here in the fields. This is how people have like weird experiences and get stuck and then have to do soul retrieval. Don't do that. Stay in your own energy. We all each have an energy signature, which is a frequency. It's kind of like, I'm going to go to Star Trek. In Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty, how they have their own little pillar of light. Okay, stay in your pillar. Stay in your pillar of light and you are good to go. And you will feel it. So you're going to have to start, you're going to have to start getting out there and feeling your energetic boundaries, okay? What about our kids? Great question. So our kids have like a built-in system where they automatically know these things. A lot of the kids that are coming in, like when I talk to kids and I just ask them straight questions, because I think the biggest barrier is that as parents, we don't know how to talk to kids, right? But when you actually talk to them and say, hey, can you feel the energy that's coming in? Does it feel like it's bubbling? Like, just not make it not a big deal, right? Like, does it feel like it's bubbling inside of your skin? Yeah. Do you feel that? Okay. What does it feel? What do you feel like doing? Does your body telling you something that you need to do? Just talk your kids through it. Make it not weird. And then they will actually help you understand, and they're going to teach us a lot of things too, but they know, they feel it. You know, if you take them out in nature, bring them close to a tree, ask them, do you feel the energy of the tree? Do you feel the energy of the grass? What is it saying to you? Right? And so really start to get them in these places where they flow with the energy and with nature, because then they feel like they have an open dialogue, and then they're not getting, you know, so many kids today, like they have all the things, like the fears and the anxieties and, oh my gosh, right, social pressure, because everything's shifted from my generation, from our generation, you know, depending on where you're at. Our kids, you know, they just have a different world, and this happens every generation. And so we have to do our best to support them and to keep that open dialogue, because the things that they're dealing with are totally different. A lot of kids see right through the air that, you know, we don't see. They see, you know, all of the people on the other side. They just don't talk about it because they don't want to get in trouble and they don't want to be made fun of. So the more we're able to have an open dialogue, the more they actually just, you know, they're always in between worlds. And the newer kids, they're all the way. Like, they're just crystalline children. They're just absolutely there. My son is very sensitive. Skin started peeling almost like a sunburnt on his hands. So a lot of kids are having this, okay? A lot of babies are going through different skin things that are happening right now. If you guys are, so moms, when you're in tune, you want to talk to, just talk to them in your mind. Talk to them, okay? Clear your mind and connect with your baby. Connect with your kids and see if you can understand without judgment. You know, this is when you really, like, that grounding, that centering really comes in. But you'll be able to do this because nobody's going to know better than a mom, okay? Like, you have that inner sense of knowingness. Just connect to your kids and find out and use that instinct to really develop it. A lot of kids are here to teach us these things. So it's like they're putting us in situations where we really are, you know, needing to activate those skills inside of us. Kind of like, you know how superheroes in the movies, like, their powers come on in the moment of needs? Think of it this way. Our children put us in a position to where your superhero skills come on. So in order to do, you know, for our kids to feel safe, to feel good, to feel healthy, we would do anything. And so this is when the superpowers kick on, and then you learn how to use these skills and you learn how to communicate with your children in a different way. So, okay, I've had those at work all day today. This had to be about the flashes. Sorry, I'm catching up. Hi, you guys. Okay, so yes, so we are all going through all sorts of different symptoms, and there's going to be a lot of good information out there and a lot of misinformation out there. And so this is always what I say to you guys, is you have to learn how to center, how to ground, and how to connect with your higher senses to get the information for yourself, because the information has to come to you from the inside out. People like me that talk about these things, you know, the spiritual teachers out there, we will trigger things. So, you know, if something resonates with you, that's good. That means that you're, you know, if I say something and it resonates with you, that means that you're on this parallel journey, and that, you know, it's, my words are triggering an awareness in you, but it's already in you. If not, if it wasn't in you, it wouldn't, you know, resonate like this. And so that's kind of how it happens, is we find our soul families, and our soul families are here to remind us, hey, we're in this here at this time. We came here together. We came to do things. We came to ascend the planet. Like, there's a plan, right? And in the meantime, we get to do life. And so this is really how we have to shift our perception, is, you know, we are light beings. We are here, you know, we're star seeds. We have a plan. We have a mission. We have a purpose. And in the meantime of doing this job, we get to experience life on this planet, which is pretty cool, right? In human bodies. So when you start looking at it that way, it shifts your perception. So, okay. Our solar flash is due in 2020 to 2024. So if you saw the astrology of 2020, okay, this year, 2019, my loves, is preparing us for 2020. 2020 is going to be quiet and interesting years. The Mayan actually predicted it, and there's several different Pleiadian, like if you are connected to your Pleiadian guides, they will talk to you about this. So these are some of the things that come through, right? Pleiadians are star being friends from the, you know, are living in Venus in the fourth dimension. They're usually the first one. So when you start having contact with your star beings, with your guides, a lot of you are going to go through this, is you're going to hear voices and you're going to hear people and you're going to see energies. When you know, a lot of times the first beings that come around are the Pleiadians, because they're like, you know, our cousins. They're like our brothers and sisters on Venus. They're very close to us. They're not ones that are going to be like, you know, they're not going to feel weird. Their energy is very similar to ours. And so they're the first ones to kind of start the conversation generally. It's either them or the Arcturians, generally speaking. But I don't know why I brought this up. So flash. Oh yeah, because they will talk about this. They will tell you things. And so once you start to connect with your guides and your angels, remember, always connect from within. Don't go like bringing things into your, you know, from the outs. Don't go fish. It's not outside in. It's inside out. Okay. It's almost like a holographic projection. Like you tune into your heart. If you ever meditate with me, I always first take you to your heart. If your heart is not activated, don't do the thing, okay? You have to activate your heart. Your heart is your portal. And then you can connect. And then the real stuff comes in. Then the information comes in. That's how you know, okay? For all the things. If you're not into your heart, you are not in 5D. And you want to be in 5D. So that's how we do. Okay, you guys. Appreciate you and all this knowledge. Good. I'm so glad that I can help you guys. My son is 7. I told him he is upgrading his skin like a snake. I love it. Yes, just like Mama Earth is blooming. Yes, exactly. So that's a great way of, you know, of just having your kids go through this experience. So follow your instincts. I love you guys. I see your guardian angels. Oh, I see angels and guardian angel, but not here yet. Good. That means that you're starting to see things. That was my first sense that ever came in, was I was able to see the energy, like the floaties. I was able to see the colors, and it didn't necessarily come in for me. I looked for it. So I know that it's possible for both to happen. It's an active thing. For me, this ascension thing and this understanding the other realms has been an active thing, because whenever I found out that people could see auras, I was like, oh my God, there are people that see colors in the air. I have to know. And so I did. And I sat there and stared at myself in the mirror, true story, for 6 hours. But we'll talk about that another day, until I could see my aura. This is when this thing that we call stubbornness comes in handy. But that was a long time ago, you guys. That was like 11, 12 years ago. So it was a really long time ago. But, you know, if you take time to be quiet with yourself for long enough, these things will start to come in. So it comes in, it's different for everybody. So sometimes it's, you know, you're seeing things with your eyes. Sometimes you're seeing things without your eyes, because you're seeing with your third eye. Your third eye pops in and you're just like, whoa, right? Like I see things, but I can see them better with my eyes closed. Then your ears, right? Then you have feelings. Then, you know, a lot of people are developing skills of being an empath, of just feeling through stuff. So you have to learn how to translate. Like it's another language. Energy is its own language. And so you have to learn how to translate for yourself. So Can I explain Ascension? Yes. Let's do this, Danielle. I love that question. Let's jump off and then jump back on, because otherwise I can't download these videos. So let's plan on that, you guys. I'll see you for part 2, because I'm totally in for it. It's a good time to chat about this. So I love you all. Again, Sonia G. For when you watch this video on YouTube, because hopefully it will download and go on YouTube, go to my website, www.moonbabetribe.com, and join me for MoonBabe Society or any of the other amazing things. And I will see you on Instagram every Monday. Stay tuned for part 2. Love you.